So we are back, and that was a remake of Anytime Rain is Falling. You know, if you remember that song, Nice popularized it way back in the days. And now ID Kabasa is doing should I say a remix to that? Should I say a remix, or he redid the music? And these days ID Kabasa is doing a whole lot of redoing to his music. We remember photocopy and all stuff. Now our guest is all seated with me in the studio. And we are talking about the gateway games as well, but from a different angle this morning. And we shall be looking at Gateway Games 2024, a journey through a photographic journey. That is what we'll be discussing on the program this morning. And who better to help us talk about this is somebody whose content, who's been with the Gateway Game from the day one to the last day, and whose majority of his content went viral during the game. And he's nobody than Ayobanji Olawuyi. Good morning. Good morning. It's good to have you on the program. So Ayobanji Olawu is not just anybody. He's a seasoned media professional with creative entrepreneurial spanning over 6 years in journalism, branding, and management. A Moshood Abiola Polytechnic graduate and a native of Kwara State, Ayobanji has made name for himself in Abeokuta, Ogun State, and is a force to be reckoned with in the media and event industry. He began his career in 2015 as a columnist for Public Face magazine, where he later took on the roles of production manager and graphics designer. This fundamental experience propelled him into the dynamic world of branding, cinematography. Ayobanji has lent his expertise to an impressive roster of clients, including the Nigeria Alliance, Public Faces, M19 events. I can go on and on. So many clientele here, and he is currently the lead for A9 Flies and BMAX Studio, a media company that specializes in area cinematography and photography. Let's hold it at that. So you specialize in area cinematography.
Yes.
And but before we really delve into those aspects, let's start with your background. At a point you started as a journalist.
Yes.
And you later transitioned into being a product manager and a graphic designer. Yeah. So let's talk about this. How easy was it for you to transition between the spaces?
I think it was pretty easy because the company that I worked with at the time, we pretty much do everything. It's called Public Faces magazine. So journalism, the magazine, somebody has to design the magazine. So I was with, I basically spent most of my time with the graphic designer if we're not in the office. So I kind of learned graphic designing unconsciously for a year. So in order for the production, for us to like get our magazines out faster, I decided to pick up graphic designing to do the small parts like the photo pages and the interview pages. So when it comes to like the major designs, like the front covers and the center pages, then the major graphic designer
takes over.
Yeah, so that was how I picked up graphic designing. And for the production, I followed my boss to Lagos to print. And then after a while, she got very busy, and then I also decided to like pick it up. So I stayed with the printing press. I stayed at the printing press. Stayed with them, looked through all the different printing processes, the collation, the printing. We go to different presses. So at the point we were doing colored and black and white. Then later we switched to full colored. So I basically learned on the job, and then
Now, how did you now transition from all of that into cinema? No. Before we get into the area, because once we may go into the area cinematography, we are going straight into the gateway games. But we need to lay basis and foundation for this conversation. Okay. So how were you able to also leave all that behind, or don't let me say leave that behind, how were you also post that and transition into cinematography?
That's a good question. So while I was with the brand, we had a photographer.
Okay.
So Public Facing Magazine is a soft sell magazine. So we basically do lifestyle, events, talk to dignitaries. So nothing too serious, just basically entertainment. So I'm like 247 with the photographers, the people that does videos for us. So let me just say all these things, I picked them up unconsciously. But you know, the interest was there, but it wasn't clear to me as at the time. I picked it up unconsciously, and you know, I see how the photographers edit pictures, how the picture selection process, the one we decide to put out, you know, it goes through a lot of scrutinization before we decide to say, okay, this is the best photo. This is the photo that goes on the front page. So I learned all of these things while I was there, and I think that was like basically the beginning of the journey for me.
Okay, now let's talk about aerial cinematography. I think that's the newest thing in town.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what is aerial cinematography.
Well, aerial cinematography is just taking pictures from the sky. Photography is like you with your camera, you know, in person on the ground. Aerial is you have a drone and then you go up, depending on what you're trying to achieve, how high you want to go, and then click.
Okay, so now many of your shots during the Gateway Games went viral.
Yes.
Went viral, as in.
Yes, it did.
Was there a conscious effort to make those videos go viral, or it was just okay?
It was just natural.
I
mean, that's not the first time I was taking night shot of Abeokuta.
Okay.
If people go through my page, you see videos of laughing while at night. I put up some music on it. I think I also did some in Lagos, like Lekki. So I basically just like night shots. And then there were a lot of controversies, you know, in the comment section too. Oh, Abeokuta is so dark. There's no light. There's only light in the stadium. And I think people just forget that is what kind of like beautifies the image, you know. So there was no conscious.
Before you go on, can we see one of the image that went viral during the Gateway Games, and let's talk about that, an aerial shot where he took, let's have that shot, the video. Okay, this is one of your shots.
Yeah, this is the opening ceremony.
This is the opening ceremony. Yes. So what was in your mind as at the time you were taking this shot? Was there a particular angle, you know, for photography? Okay, I have to get it from this angle. So is it the same thing as aerial photography?
Pretty much. It's all about instincts. You need good instincts, and maybe because I've been in the industry for so long, you just naturally know what to simply look out for. I love night shots.
Why do you love night shots?
I mean, look at the video. The video speaks for itself. This is beautiful. The colors in the stadium, the green, the orange thing, the yellow, everything. It looks beautiful. So night shots is just. I think some people like portraits, some people like landscape, like buildings, some people like the ocean. I like night shots because it's not something you see every day. You can, if you've been in a plane and then you're traveling at night, the light is just different.
It's stunning.
Exactly, it's just different.
Now, okay, back to the Gateway Games. For you, what was the documentation like? Let's talk about the Gateway Games through your lens now. So, okay. What were the things you saw, and how were you able to bring it to life?
Well, let me say it's just like this is the first time I'm like documenting a sport festival, and
this is another one.
Yes,
of the
I think
shows.
this was the first one that I released that night. I released this picture, I think around 11:30 p.m.
What time did you take this picture?
It was around 8:30.
Around 8:30.
Yes. So I was very close to the Kuta Bridge, and for me it's just natural for me to take something of.
So that means you go out at night.
Yes, not more, but I sometimes just go out to take pictures and videos at night.
Okay.
I have ones that I've done at Masheke, Okelewu at night. Videos. Pictures, not so much. I wasn't even expecting the picture to go viral. It was just, I was more particular about the video. Because, and funny thing is, the pictures went viral, but I've not even released the entire footage of the video at night. It was just 1 or 2 shots. But I think other drone pilots have, also done that. But this one, it stays with everybody. It stays with everybody. So for the festival, for me, it was an opportunity to just do something different, because I have not shot at a festival before. What we basically do is maybe for documentaries, events, maybe burial ceremonies or weddings, So for festival, it's something, for me, it's new. And it's not like as if I was planning to go viral or, I just wanted to like do something different that I've not done before.
You just wanted to document the whole process.
Whole process, and it was a great experience. It was a really great experience for me. I enjoyed every bit of it. I mean, it was stressful, but
So you were there all through the event.
I think out of like from Monday, I was there on Sunday. I was there on Monday and Tuesday, because it wasn't just me. I had other creators that was also shooting, and sometimes we collaborate. So I give them aerial videos, and then they take handhelds. I also do a handheld, but my specialization is aerial. So most of can I mention names?
Yes.
Okay. So most of the other creators that I work with were Amtin, shot by KA, and Ralph. So whenever I do, once I finish shooting the aerial videos, I upload them on Google Drive, so they can just go there.
So you share the drive.
Yeah. So because collaboration is very, very important. Most of the creators in Ogun State now, any drone footage you see with creators, they are mine.
So what is it about your footage that many people
I think it's just
are craving after?
I think it's just, I mean, we view things differently. And I'm not the only drone pilot. I have other drone pilots that are my friends, that they were also, I mean, some of them even worked with some brands here in Abeokuta, but mine is just, I don't know. I can't, if you ask me, I probably will not be able to answer. Maybe if you ask other people, other creators, and say, okay, maybe because I'm also accessible, and most of them are my friends, so, it's easy for them to say, oh, Banji, I need drone footage. Please give me drone footage. I'm like, it's just there. But the ones that I want to use for myself, I don't give them access to that. So what I do is that I try to make sure I take enough footages that I can, share, and then and pick the ones that I know. Like for instance, the night shots, you won't see it anywhere else. If you see it anywhere else, it's inside my video, or probably somebody's screen record the night shot, or maybe they recreated it. But the one for the opening ceremony, it's mine. I didn't give it to anybody, because
it's yours exclusively.
Yeah, exclusively. So now maybe after the games, I can start to say, okay, yeah.
So when we talk about the Gateway Games, what is the one thing you saw that actually, probably reignite your passion for drone footage?
The view up there is amazing. The colors is beautiful. The performances, and I think in particular the way people came out. I think people underestimate how exciting. For me, it was really, really exciting, and I think people underestimate how exciting things like this, because it's been a while we had something of this sort in the States. So the excitement, the views from up there, the performances, the music. I think more importantly, the excitement. It was really, really exciting.
Now, when you finish recording, how long does it take you to now edit? Do you edit yourself, or
yes,
you also
I edit myself. No, I edit myself.
So you're like a total package in one.
Pretty much.
So how long does it take you to edit these footages and then release it back to the public?
I think it depends. It depends on, I think with the advent of mobile content creators now, you can easily just get your footage ready. I have people who goes to weddings on the spot. The moment they are shooting, they are editing. So for me, I think it just really depends. And for a friend of mine told me, I told a friend of mine, said, most of my contents that went viral were the ones that I didn't really put. I mean, there were a lot of efforts, but sometimes it can take like 2 to 3 days. You don't even get inspired to do anything. And sometimes within 4 or 5 hours, you're done. You have inspiration to do something. And I'm very, very thankful to a very close friend of mine, Afiz Amtin, because immediately we were standing together when I took the pictures. And after I finished taking the pictures, when we were leaving, when we were like departing, he said, quickly release these videos. He kind of like gave me the ginger, let me say, to just, and then I got home around, I think past 9, and I started editing. And I think by 1 a.m., no, 1:30, I was done.
So
let's say within 4 or 5 hours.
You were done.
Yes.
So when you look back and you saw how viral this video went,
yeah,
what thought came to your mind?
Gratitude. Because for me, I've like I said, I've been shooting, but I think maybe it's because it's a major event. Obviously, it's a major event.
It's a major event, and you have so many, let me say, so many competitions. Because when you go online, you have 1,000,001 videos on the Gateway Games.
Yes.
But few stand out, and among those few that stood out, yours was there.
I think what helped was no one has seen MKO Stadium like that before at night.
Yeah. Okay. We have more of the
daytime pictures. Yes.
Pictures.
So I think no one has seen, and it was recently renovated for the games, and no one has seen that kind of view before. I think that played a major role, because for me, if you ask me, I was just taking pictures. There wasn't anything special, like really special about it. I was just taking pictures. So maybe a little bit of edit here and there, which anybody can do, and maybe also because I was the first person to like release the pictures. So for me, it was just pretty much a normal day. Do your thing and then just put it out there.
So if there's one thing you can't forget about this Gateway Games, what would that be?
It's hard to pick.
You have so many. You must have seen so many footages.
Yes.
And amongst all these footages, what do you think? Okay,
I would say mine.
Okay.
Because I think the question I got asked the most was the opening ceremony, the shot where the balloon was in the air and then has...
Hold on, please, can I have that shot where you have the balloon in the air
and then has like a view of the stadium? A lot of people were asking me how did you get that shot? I'm like, So I think, like I said, instincts also played part, maybe years of experience, because you try to like look for the best angle to like take.
The video where we have the balloon, the video where we have
that's the opening ceremony video.
The opening ceremony video.
I was just trying to like look for a better way to like, this view, and sometimes you don't even think about it. You're just up in the air and something just like, this view, no. So once you have that, but for me it's hard to pick. But I would say my video. My video is like, because I watched before I released the video. I think no, from the beginning. So I watched the video. I think about this shot, this particular shot. And you won't see it anywhere else. You won't see that shot. This one, you won't see it anywhere else. I think I have the pictures, but I have not released the pictures. But you won't see it. Yes. So the picture has the balloon and then the entire view of the stadium, but you won't see it anywhere else. So I think it's just instinct.
No. Okay. So before we allow you go, what does it take for you to become an aerial cinematographer? I
think first of all you learn photography.
Okay.
That's like the basics, and then you can now decide to say, you love viewing things from up above, and that's what I enjoy that the most. I'm afraid of heights, but
coming from somebody who does it
exactly. I'm afraid of heights, but I enjoy the view. I hope to maybe do skydiving or bungee jump, to see it with my own eyes, because now with the use of a drone you can easily see, but it's a different feeling when you are up there, So I think learn basics of photography at first, and then decide to see if flying or taking aerial pictures interests you. Because if it doesn't, so another person might decide to fly a drone and be like, what is this? The view might not interest them, but for me, it interests me a lot. I get goosebumps whenever I'm up there. Not me now, the drone. Yeah. So then getting a drone, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. And what kind of drone? A professional? These days you have. I know many area photographers choose to go with DJI.
Obviously, that's the best.
That's the best.
That's the one I use.
Okay.
I've not used any other consumer drones before. apart from that, I started with DJI. I'm still with DJI.
So what version of DJI are you using?
I currently use a Mini 3 Pro.
Okay.
But I'm hoping to get Mavic 4 Pro.
Wow.
That's the
That's quite expensive. What about the FPV one?
Now the FPV gives a different experience
because that is more, you have to wear that on your head.
Yes. It gives a whole different experience. I'm into it, but I think I kind of like the slow progression type of a video. But I've never piloted an FPV drone before,
okay.
but I hope to. But I don't think it's something that would stock. Because I'm more of a...
You're conscious of the environment.
Yes, and again, maybe not outside Nigeria, FPV, it's a thing. I mean, people use it for music videos now, but the thing is in Nigeria, you barely see, because FPV requires that you fly, you know, in fine landscape, tiny spaces. That's what gives the adrenaline, you know. But I mean, don't let me say it's not in Nigeria, but maybe because I've not.
Somebody brought it to the Gateway Games.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it, but I haven't seen any video that the person did with it. But I know that for the Gateway Games, like the festival, the sport festival, the FPV is going to give a different view. I'm hoping to see if the person would release. I don't know if the person is an independent content creator or maybe a company brought the person, but I hope to see. I mean, it would have been lovely to see an FPV because the view is just different.
It's different.
It's different. Yeah.
It's a little bit. It's more faster than.
It's very fast. Very FPV. You're running maybe like 60 miles per hour. It's very, and that's like the least. That's the least. I've seen FPV drones that runs like 100, 150 miles per hour. It's very, very fast. But then again, you have to be a professional before you can do that, because in a space where there's a lot of people, accident can occur and the like. So if you're not a pro.
Now, talking about accidents, when you are in a space during the let's say during the Gateway Games, where you have so many drones converged in one area, how do you try to? Please don't hit my drone. I know that is one thing you drone pilots do a lot. Like, please, I don't want to be How do you maintain that distance from? Because some people can be reckless.
Yes, I've seen it happen a lot. I think last year Ogtv a drone was hanging in the air. I think maybe the person didn't know that there was like a wire where people were sitting down. So for me, whenever I get to the space that I want to shoot, I kind of pace around. I look up because I know I'm going to be in there. So I look up, I check to see, especially at events. At events, there'll be fishing lines for decoration, and you won't even notice. But it's my job, so I look around and say, okay, so this spot, I'm avoiding this place. I'm definitely not going here. But for this festival, there was a lot of drone in the air, and I think most drone pilots that were there, they were very, very conscious. They were very, very conscious. And me, I try to just, whenever I see drones converging in a spot, I don't go there. And the reason is, most of them will get the same shots. I want to shoot from a different angle. So for instance, if there's a parade going on in front, most drone pilots will stay in the front. Right? So me, I can stay in the front, maybe like above them, and then I tilt down. After I use like 10 seconds, then I'm off. So I come to the side, take their side view, so that you won't be seeing the same shot. So I'll take their side view and maybe their back view, or I'm orbiting around them. So for instance, because it's in the air, most drone pilots are usually very, very careful. So if you see a drone on this level, you see another drone maybe like above this level, and then maybe another one on the side. So, but again, if you're taking movement shots, you have to be very, very, very careful. And not all the drones will be in the air at the same time, because the battery would run down, you'd want to charge. And me, I think maybe because I've been flying drone for I think about 6 years now. Yeah, started in 2017. I know the key shots to take. Sometimes I just go all out, like take lots of shots, but sometimes I'm waiting to see, okay, do I really need this shot? Do I really need this shot? I don't need it. But sometimes you just take it, because especially in the case of this sports festival, I took lots of shots because I was giving out contents to
different
other content creators. So I was mostly in the air just taking different adventures. So, but for maybe for events, or maybe if I'm being contracted, I just specifically go for what the client wants. So after I've done all that, then I can now say, okay, let me also like do freestyle. So just in case they also need that, then I also do that.
But for the gate, finally for the gateway games, you have a kind of when you were going, do you have shots in your mind that okay, I have to get this shot?
No, no, I didn't. I just wanted to be there because sometimes you can prepare for stuff and then, I mean, I've never been to a sport festival before. This is my first, so I didn't even know what to look out for. For instance, the balloon video, the opening video for the ceremony, the pictures. Another instance, the night. I think during that I had a musical shoot in the morning on the day of the opening for like 3 locations. So I was shooting. So I think I didn't get to the stadium until around 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. And I didn't even start shooting until like around 6 because I couldn't get inside quickly before we now talked to one or few people to give us tags and then we were able to enter. So if I had anything in mind, I think the video wouldn't have come out the way it did. It was all instinct.
So finally on the program, what will be your parting shot on the program this morning?
I mean, concerning the sport,
yes,
they should bring another one. They should be. I mean, again, for me, it's just the excitement. The excitement is unparalleled.
Okay.
It's unparalleled. I had a great time shooting. So I think if they bring another one, I probably won't shoot as much because I want to experience it as a spectator. And sometimes it can be. I don't think I can even say. I don't even think I have the energy to not want to shoot. I would definitely want to shoot because it was amazing. It was amazing, and I'm sure the other creators too feel the same way.
So thank you for being on the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
So that's the discussion with our viral
my content wasn't really what I wrote viral.
But yours was in the lead. Yours was in the lead.
I think mine was just the most impactful.
Yeah, and I think yours came with should I say a statement or a message? Yeah,
yes,
it came with a statement and a message. So thank you for being on the program this morning.
And
from this beautiful discussion, we are heading straight to the blast from the past segment, and we'll see you after this time out.